Okay. So first, I just literally want to ask you, like, why did you want to make your content around Japanese?
Why I started making content around Japanese, just because I thought it was different. The reason why I started Japanese is just because I wanted to be different. So um, I was just like, how many black people are there speaking Japanese? Not
Yeah, that's
many. So
true.
like, okay, that could be already that was just a selling point, and I knew I wanted to do something on TikTok or YouTube or whatever it may be. So I just thought, okay, let's do it. Let's do something surrounding. I always wanted to do something comedy related. So just like, since my Japanese is probably good enough to do something related to comedy, let's just do something related to Japanese. And I think that would interest a lot of people because it's different and it's weird. It's not something you see every day.
Yeah, it is different. It is different. So
Yeah.
when you say that you want to do something related to comedy, would you say that when you were back in school, you were like the class clown type of person?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Have you ever been to Japan or lived there?
Yeah, I've been on 3 occasions, but I lived there for a year. My granddad was working there for 6 years in total. He worked for the embassy. So when I went there for a year, I moved in with him, so it was much more simple for me. And I just lived with him for the for the year that I was there. But it was in Tokyo in 2017 to
Mm-hmm.
2018. Yeah.
What was that like? A whole new country
It
where
was,
they speak a different language.
yeah, it was the best experience of my life. I was able to just move away and be myself. Not be myself, but do what I wanted to do and live life how I wanted. Because my I was raised by my mom, and I lived with her up until I was 19, and she was quite strict and quite religious. So me moving to Japan to live with my granddad from my dad's side, he was a lot more. He didn't really care about what I did, and he allowed me to just live my own life. So it's just like I was able to really, I guess you could call it a self-discovery journey
Oh
that I
yeah,
took.
yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
I
So
just did everything I wanted to do that my mom allow me, didn't allow me to do, basically, because of her religious views.
yeah, you took that opportunity and broadened your horizons.
Basically, yeah.
So where were you beforehand? Were you always here? Were you born here?
Yeah, yeah, born and raised here. Um, Me and my mum moved around a little bit when I was younger, but when I was 11 or 10, we moved to Chiswick, and that's where I spent my teenage years up until the point I went to Japan. So Chiswick, which is in West London. I guess you could say I'm just from West London. But
The posh
yeah, up until
side.
that point. Yeah, I mean, it was. You could say, yeah, it was. It was a very nice. It was a very, very nice area. And my mum was a single mum, so it wasn't necessarily easy. And I think that she might even still be suffering the consequences of whatever money she had to borrow, so that I could have grow up in a safe area or whatever. So yeah, it's not like I had definitely a much nicer upbringing, I guess you could say. I didn't, we did live on like an estate for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and then we moved in with a friend, um, and then eventually we found this place in Chiswick. But yeah, and then I went to a school in West London, so it was a nice side of London. But I wouldn't necessarily say, well, we didn't have money or anything like that. It was just purely for the fact that that I had a nicer, safer experience growing up, I guess you can say.
Yeah, I hear that.
But yeah, it's definitely harder for her. So it's not like I was financially privileged or anything like that.
Oh, bless. Well, it's good
Yeah,
that you at least had a great upbringing.
yeah, I appreciate the fact that she did that for both of us, mainly for me, but yeah.
Yeah. So since you're into Japanese and the culture and you went there, I presume that you're an
Mhm.
anime fan?
I'm actually not, which is it surprises a lot of people, but I don't really watch it. I started watching it. I went through a little anime phase when I first got into Japanese, but that's not the reason why I started learning Japanese. I started watching it as a result of learning Japanese, and then obviously my obsessive personality. I did get into it because it is interesting. Um, and then yeah, I watched one anime, and then I relaxed my hair, and I tried to dye it white. And then from that point onwards, I don't know, that phase only lasted for about a year. And then, so yeah, I watch anime every now and again, but yeah, definitely not an anime fan. I don't watch it that much.
Do you have any images
I
of your
was,
hair white?
no, I didn't dye it eventually. I definitely straightened it for a while. I can send you a bunch of those. Actually, that was my first viral video on TikTok. It was like a little trend where entitled Watch Me Grow Out of My Whatever Phase. And I titled mine Watch Me Grow Out of My I Want to Be Japanese Phase. And it was my first ever viral video just because of how weird I looked back then, and how, like, obviously I was dressing in all these bright colors, and then I went to Comic-Con for the first time, so obviously my hair was straight, and then I sprayed it like this purple color, and I wore these bright red glasses, like normal day to day. I had these bright red glasses that I thought looked cool. So that with the straight purple hair and this purple suit, and you just see images and images of me, with my straight hair and my red glasses. Like, I can send them to you afterwards, but
Yeah,
and
if
then
you
it
could,
just
I'd
showed
love to see
me
them.
what right now.
Right now, later, I don't mind. I would like to use them.
Yeah. Okay, I'll send them to you whenever. Yeah.
Okay, so
Send,
yeah, send it whenever you can.
okay, yeah. Go. I'll send it to you. Well, just afterwards, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
After we finish, yeah.
Do you remember when exactly you started making content?
I started doing TikTok seriously about 3 months ago, maybe 4.
Oh, so that's recent.
It's quite recent. I started TikTok. I made my TikTok account during the first lockdown, because I feel like I saw my friends, or a few people who I knew online, getting popularity on TikTok, and I was just like, it seems like they're all kind of getting popularity from TikTok, and it's like, probably just seems like a good. And I know, like, I needed a sense of purpose. I always wanted to do some kind of content creation, but because I'm such a perfectionist, I didn't want to start until I knew exactly what I wanted to do, how it was going to look, the aesthetic, and until I learned how I wanted to pull off the particular aesthetic. So I told myself I was going to start for like 2 years, and I didn't start at all seriously until literally just a couple of months ago. So I made it like about almost a year ago. The first lockdown was almost a year ago, wasn't it? So and then I started off doing English skits, like just random comedy stuff in English. And then I stopped. I didn't blow up or anything. I got a few hundred followers, but then I stopped for a few months, and then I started again about 3-4 months ago. Again, I was just like, you know what? I've seen people being really successful on this app. Let me just try it again. Started with English stuff again, and then I posted this glow up video. When I went from straight hair to how I am now.
Yeah.
So that went viral, and then shortly after that video went viral, I started doing Japanese stuff. I don't know, I just tried it out, and people really received it really, really, really well. So I just continued doing it, And then I decided, okay, let me just do like Japanese skits based off of my experiences in Japan, because those were the easiest things for me to do. Like I'm not like always, yeah, it's just easier to write, because I had lots of funny experiences in Japan. So just like, let me try and act them out on TikTok. And then, yeah, I was lucky enough, really fortunate for people to appreciate it. And that's why, it's only been 3 months or so, but, I was able to get quite a few followers during that time, a short space of time. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds pretty cool. You blew up pretty fast out of nowhere. So did you think...
it's quite interesting, yeah.
Yeah, so it's shocking because you don't know whichever video could actually cause you to blow up and be found by people. It's literally like chance.
Exactly.
But did you think you would
Yeah.
get as far as you have already?
I always knew that I had the potential to be recognized for something, whether it would be comedy or music or whatever it is, because I do a bunch of stuff. I knew I would blow up because I just knew that, I've got
Okay.
something. But I didn't expect it to happen so fast. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it was a bit overwhelming.
Did you have any inspirations at the time?
Inspirations. I don't think. I mean, I've got loads of people that I enjoy watching and stuff like that. Actually, yeah. Have you heard of Donald Glover or Childish Gambino?
Unfortunately, no, but I'll be happy to look them up afterwards.
He's quite popular. Do you know the song "This Is America"?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember I sent that to my mom, and she was very ballistic.
Yeah, that's him. So that's Childish Gambino, the artist, also known as David Glover. So I think he's my one and only inspiration for everything I want to achieve in like the entertainment world, because Donald Glover is an actor, he's a screenwriter, he's one of the most famous music artists in the world at the moment. He's a stand-up comedian. He does music production. He does film. He's basically he's just a performer. I'd say you could just say he's a all-round performer. He's just very funny. He can act and he can make very good music. So he was my main inspiration at the start of lockdown when I decided to first start doing music, and then I started incorporating the comedy and everything like that. But that's the thing, I'm not like super into anyone in particular, if that makes sense. So that's why I feel like a lot of my ideas are quite out there and quite quirky, because I'm a quirky person and I don't I take inspiration from others, but I never seem to copy that much, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you could say I've just got a bunch of original ideas in my head that, and I just throw them out there. And, people are just like, how on earth do you think of things like this? Because it's just like, sometimes I'm a little bit too honest and a little bit too open about my personal life or personal thoughts, not in an offensive way. So I think it's just part of my personality. I just do me, kind of. And it's nice to be able to express myself like that.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah.
So I feel like I'm just talking way too much. I think I'm
No, you're not. No, you're not. This is your time to shine. You're supposed to speak as much as possible.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So out of all your videos that you made, what's your most favorite?
My favorite one, I have a few, but it will probably be the walking in Tokyo at night one, and maybe because that was, that one went pretty viral, so I'm quite proud of it, basically. And I don't know, maybe the pancake one, the pancake and the steak one. I mean, afterwards you can look them up. You'll find them on my Instagram. But just the walking at night in Tokyo one, and the one at the pharmacy as well. because that was a true story, like word for word was a true story, and that also went viral. So that was quite hilarious. People found it hilarious, but it was actually a true story. I didn't really exaggerate many of the. I didn't exaggerate. Yeah, I went to the pharmacy and I wanted to ask for. I was asking for the hay fever tablets, but I got. I mixed up the pronunciation, and I was asking for a medicine to fix my lack of sexual sensation.
I knew it was going to be something stupid.
Yeah. But that's the thing, they actually tried to help me. They were just like, are you sure this is what you want?
How old were you at the time?
I was, it was literally my second day in Japan, so I was like 19, or maybe 18.
Oh,
no,
it was when you were in
19.
Japan. That's why that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
okay.
So he was a Japanese chemist in Japan.
Yeah.
And I realized how bad my hay fever got when I was in Japan for some reason. But I think my hay fever is really bad in Japan for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even get it very much here in London. But I went there and I was just like, okay, I'm going to need to get some hay fever tablets because I can't live like this. And yeah. And then in the end, I was just like, but are you sure you don't have this? Like, I mean, this is the chemist, right? And then I looked on my phone.
Oh my God.
And then I was just like, oh, no, hay fever. And then I said it right. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, we have that.
He was probably thinking, this idiot.
No,
I'm getting secondhand embarrassment.
Exactly. That's why, yeah, it's a funny one.
So I've seen that you do make music, and I've seen some of your freestyling videos as well, which is pretty good actually. I thought they would be in Japanese, but they're in English. Well, the ones I've seen were in English.
Yeah, no, some of them are in
Japanese.
A few of them are. Yeah, a few of them
are. Okay. So have you always been really musical, or was it something that you just figured you'd hop onto because of the way your influencer life is going?
I started music before the TikTok thing, so that was also literally about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think I was inspired by music first. I always loved music, but I'd never really seriously considered making music until about a year ago. And maybe 2 years ago, I thought I wanted to try and make beats. So I bought a microphone and I bought like a mini keyboard and stuff. And I played around a little bit. I made a few beats. I didn't know what I was doing, but I made a few beats and then I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Then a year later, I was just like, okay, well, I've got a microphone, I've got the software, I've got, the basic stuff. Let me just try recording some stuff, learning how to do it. And then I did it. I took it seriously this time. And, I made song after song after song after song. Like during the first lockdown, I had so much time. I was just, making song after song after song. Then a few months ago, I started learning how to produce music, like actually make the beats like properly. So I, learned how to make, I produce most of my beats that you hear on my music page. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. I've improved quite a lot, considering where I started from. If you ask, because I used to send my music to other friends around me who were doing music as well, who
Mm-hmm.
kind of inspired me to pick it up. And they were just like, bro, you've come so far. Like, you're actually, like, good now. Like, you're actually proper, a solid, musical artist. And it's only taken you a year, whereas it took me, like, 3 years to get as good as you are now, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I really do thank lockdown and the fact that I just spent all this time at home. Because, as I said, my obsessive personality, if I find something that I'm interested in or something that I really want to improve in, I just spend hours on it. I just put in quite a lot of time. So, yeah, same thing with the Japanese and the music. So, yeah, it's going good.
You see how you said that you've always been kind of into music? Going into education, did you study music at all? Was that sort of a pathway at all in your mind?
No, not really. It wasn't really... I wouldn't say in secondary school music was a passion of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I've always enjoyed listening to music. But even my best friend in secondary school, who's now, you know, who gave me some very harsh criticism when I first started making music. He was always into making beats in secondary school, and he's a DJ now. But even then, yeah, I was never interested in making music at all. It was I think it was a more recent thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it came to me quite naturally, because it's just another way to express myself.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So out of all the songs that you've made, which one was your favorite, and what was the inspiration behind it?
My favorite songs are probably the ones that you haven't heard yet. So because I've got quite a few. Yeah, because I've got a lot of songs that I am yet to release. So I've only got 3 songs on my Spotify right now. So I did a Japanese remix of Whoopty, this song you might have heard. It was quite popular on TikTok. But I did a Japanese remix of it. So that's my latest release right now, which is a good one. It's a good song. But I don't know if it's my favorite, because it's, basically my take on a song that's already existed. So some of my favorite songs that I'm yet to release are the ones that I've produced myself, purely from me. Mm-hmm. So I guess you'll hear them. You'll hear them in the next few weeks or so, because that's when I'm planning on releasing them. But these are like Japanese songs that are, some of them are Japanese, some of them are English, some of them are half English, half Japanese. It's a thing that I'm trying to, a niche that I'm trying to go into.
Have you got any that's mixed of Japanese and English?
Yeah, well, the Whoopty one on my Spotify is Japanese and English. So the chorus is Japanese, and then I go into like a UK flow, and then I switch it back to Japanese, and then back to the UK flow, and then back into Japanese again. So
okay, I guess I need to take a look at that one.
Yeah, you'll see it. It's a yellow album cover.
So, was there ever a point where you didn't want to continue, or you felt it was really difficult, and what motivated you to continue?
Right now, I don't think there was. Things are going very well for me, if I'm being honest. So, I'm very grateful for all the support. It's basically just the reception of everyone, and everyone. I have really nice followers, really nice supporters, who are mostly in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Philippines. So I think that gives me a lot of motivation, because all these people who are literally cheering me on, they know that they've come in early in my in my development, and they're all kind of cheering me on and stuff, and it's just like, don't stop making content, like keep going, you're gonna get really big really soon. And just seeing these comments again and again, and hearing it again and again, just definitely gives me motivation to keep making stuff, because it's like I've already got an audience now. So it's like if I stop making, it's just hearing stuff like, oh, your content makes my day, or I love watching your videos first thing in the morning, or your content literally puts me in a better mood. Just hearing that your content has the power to do that just makes me feel like I have a purpose. So,
oh, bless.
Yeah, and it's only been like 3 months, so I'm not at the stage where I just want to give up, although it is starting to get a little bit more difficult, because I'm also at uni, so I'm trying to balance everything, which is not going very well, because I prioritize the content creation over uni, which I'm trying to balance out now, but I've fallen behind a little bit, quite a bit. So,
what do you study at uni?
I study law and Japanese language on the side.
It's very different from the content you make.
Yeah, Yeah, it's very. I mean, I just wanted to get a degree in any field, because if you want to go back to Japan, if you want to live in Japan, you need to have the degree. So that's the reason why I couldn't stay there for more than a year, because my visa ran out. So
so are you planning on going back?
Yeah, when I graduate next year, that's the plan. So if I don't graduate, I won't be able to go back and live and get a work visa. So law was like the only, like, I had to do a foundation year basically when I came back to London, and they had a few courses that were available to me after the foundation year, and law was the only one that seemed to have substance, if that made sense. The other courses, were just a little. I just didn't see how I would be able to, get any kind of reliable employment from them. So I was just like, okay, law looks good. Let me just go for it. But yeah, it was a mistake, because I genuinely just, it's so boring and so much reading, and I still don't even understand it. So yeah.
But haven't you been doing it for 3 years?
So this is technically my third year if you include my foundation year. So next year will be my graduation. So yeah, it will be 4 years in total. If I graduate, hopefully.
Don't worry, it'll be over soon.
Yeah.
Out of
just
everything.
A little bit longer.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, just a little bit longer.
Yeah, and then it'll be over. Trust me, I was feeling about leaving uni as well. My friend kept telling me, "Oh, it's just 4 more months. It's just 4 more months."
4 months. It's only 4 more months. Yeah, you're almost there.
Almost there. I don't even want to finish.
Almost there. Yeah, almost there.
So, out of all of your moments that you've had whilst being an influencer these past few months, what has been the most memorable?
The memorable one would probably be when I did my first Instagram live. I'm not really the kind of person to do lives. I'd never done an Instagram live up until that point, and that was only about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I did a live at about like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and about 60 people joined from Asia. And they were all really, just keen to they were all saying hi, and they were all waving, and it was just, they were just so interested in me and who I was and, what I do. And we were just talking. We just had a really nice conversation. By the end of the night, by 3 a.m., it was just like, there was only 20 people in it, but it was, it was just nice. We just all had a conversation, and we were talking, and we were, they were watching me eat chicken nuggets, and we were actually,
so sweet.
Yeah, I felt like I was just having a conversation with all of them. It was just really nice. And I did another one the day after. The connection wasn't so good, but it's just, it was just nice to see people actually just there for me, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, so this was actually my final question, but if you could go back, would there be anything you would like to change?
No, not really. I mean, except for the fact that I wish I'd started it sooner.
Okay.
There's nothing. Yeah, I think I've been very fortunate. I've been extremely fortunate with how I've grown and with how people have taken to my content and stuff. I don't think many people get as lucky as I have, because my account was sitting on like 700 followers for the last 2-3 years. And I'm now on 10,000 within a matter of months on Instagram after years of trying to grow it.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. And 160,000 on TikTok, which is really nice. And I'm starting on YouTube now, finally. So, almost at my first 1,000 subscribers on there. So I'm just very lucky that everyone's just kind of, I'm just like the new guy that everyone's kind of, rooting for. So yeah, I'm very fortunate, very, very happy. I don't think things could have really gone much better than they have. But, you know, it's still the beginning, obviously. So I just need to keep doing what I've been doing.
Oh, I hear that. I hear that. Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah. And also not fall behind at uni.
Yeah,
that's
same.
the only thing I'd change. The only thing I'd change is not prioritize posting every day at the price of neglecting uni and falling behind like 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I don't even know what week we're on.
I don't know what
but
week I'm on either, don't worry.
It is reading. I know it's reading week. That's as much as I know. So
oh, you're on reading week?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not on reading week yet. I think our reading week is next week.
Next week? Okay.
Yeah. You're lucky you get a break early.
Yeah, well, I need it. I need the break to catch up. I'm trying, because I've got an assignment due in like a week, and I don't even know anything about what we've been talking about for the past week. It's this new module called Theorizing Japanese Cinema, and I haven't really attended a class throughout the whole term. Like, you don't realize how much
you've missed.
You don't realize how many classes you've missed until the term finishes, and you're just like, wait, I've got an assignment due for this term, for this module, and I don't even know I don't even understand the question for the essay. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to do all kinds of research, just trying to understand how to answer the question. I mean, it's only 1,500 words, so I should be able to do it if I can study enough. Within the next week. But yeah.
Well, I send you good luck, and I hope you get to do it.
Thank you. I will.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I will be in contact with you soon to show you the process and how everything will turn out.
Yeah.
Please make sure you... Yeah, I'll let you know, of course. Just make sure that you, like, keep your phone closed, because I don't know when I'll be messaging you. I've personally written 2 so far. You're going to be my 3rd one, and then I've got a final one coming up of someone else who I've got to interview. So please do send me pictures that you'd love to see next to your article and whatnot, and I will be sending you a copy really, really soon.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. I look forward to it, because I'll link it. I'll put it on my page as well.
Oh yeah, that'd be so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be really... one more thing. Could I have your email so that I could forward you the pictures?
Yes, I'll send you my email.
On Instagram.
I think Instagram lowers the quality.
Article. Yeah, exactly. So I thought it might be better for you.
Yeah, I'll send you my email in a bit.
Okay, cool. And then I'll just send all the pictures and the straight hair and whatever, and you can laugh your head off or whatever.
No, I'm not gonna laugh at you. I just want to be able to put it there because...
No, you will. I'm just telling you now, you will, and it's so...
Oh no, trust me.
It's the reason why the video went viral.
No, I won't be laughing at you. I'm actually really interested in people who do weird content. Like someone else who I interviewed previously, she does equestrian gaming. Now that's weird. And I interviewed her and I've got her article done. I'm just interested in that sort of stuff. This other YouTuber I interviewed, she does commentary and music. That's an odd combination, but she makes it work. So it's really interesting. So I like to do weird stuff.
Okay, cool.
Okay. You won't be alone, don't worry.
Okay, good.
Well, I'll speak to you later.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much.
It's okay, don't worry. Thanks.
Okay, take care.
Bye.